What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jason Sport here, and I know what you're looking at. You know what you're seeing. Them sprites. I'm bringing them back. Except there's a little bit of a twist this time, and bam, See, I can't necessarily show you everything, but I think you got an idea what's going on here. Today is another artist review, and today we're gonna be doing some more Danganronpa stuff. Except we're gonna be looking at sprite edits, and let me be honest with you. Sprite edits take a very long time, understandably, to make and do. So, you know, it is honestly awesome to see that we do have some people out here that is actually able to do it. And because this is not like changing a 3D model or changing an accessory that is added to a model of a character. No, this is changing literal art and turning it into something else. So that is absolutely like a lot of work. And instead of just focusing on one artist in this entire thing, there's actually two I want to focus on because they do really amazing work, which is Chin and Kosan1777, because they do some amazing Danganronpa edits. Now, originally this video was going to be a little bit longer and going to have a little bit more detail in it, but because something stupid ended up happening today, I have to cut this kind of down, but we're still going to talk about enough to get the idea across. Now, we're going to split up and talk about Chin first, and then we'll talk about Kosan, alright? Honestly, Chin is just legendary. Now, both of them do very good work, and this is not a comparison about who is better. This is just looking at their work and just seeing, you know, the goodness of all this stuff. I'm seeing more goodness of y'all than y'all is because obviously I'm editing this, so I can get to see some nice Komaru titties if I want to. But we are going to but when it comes to Chin and their work, they have a buttload of stuff, and not just because they do butt sprites as well, because there's a lot of thickness going on with some of these sprites. But when it comes to a lot of the characters, they really go in. Like, both of them go in, but Chin really goes in a lot harder. Not to mention, obviously, they do stuff outside of Danganronpa, but this is the main focus I wanted to talk about because obviously we some Danganronpa people over here. And when it comes down to it, there's a lot of stuff to choose from. There is so many sprites, honestly, that I can't necessarily put every single one of them into this video because this would be taking a very long time. And again, when it comes to Chin's work, there's a lot of things we could talk about it. Number one, there is some actual, not even kidding, pictures of two sprites getting it on, which is, you know, something that you don't necessarily see when it comes to sprites, or at least with sprite edits and stuff like that. You don't necessarily see two sprites actually having some good smashing sessions, but somehow Chin made it work. Hajime and Kyoko, which is also an amazing one. There's definitely one I really can't show, which is I think between Shuichi and Kaede, where Kaede has a bunch of nut all over her face, which is insane and sexy. But you know, there's a lot of different sprites where they just smashing each other, and it's really done well. You know, a lot of them is really damn good. I really like the thickness of a lot of them, especially the Junko thickness, because while Junko is an asshole, and obviously we have our issues with her on this channel, definitely I will say Junko has a very big juicy ass. There's also some sprites of, you know, just pretty much every character that you can think of just has a sprite when it comes to the female side. Much less they add like a little bit of extra detail when it comes to things like, for example, Anji and how she's always about "Atus will" and everything about that. Apparently he goes in and add extra details like extra tattoos that's possibly on her and stuff, and just to make sense of the character, which is honestly a really cool thing that he didn't have to do, but it's nice that they did. And there's even like smaller other details like Ibuki having 3 piercings on her lower area, so that's also really cool to see. And one other thing about Chin that I just absolutely have to mention, he made a version of Chiaki that's like tan, and for some reason I didn't realize how much I needed a tan Chiaki. She looks hella good. Like, am I the one tripping here? Like, is this the first time I'm like, yes, tan actually looks pretty damn good? Because she does. Like, she absolutely does. I actually didn't know how much I need tan Chiaki in my life. Much less, there's also a sprite of her like drooling, which you can actually see the drool reaching her breast and it just like leaking everywhere, which is also awesome. And also one other thing too is that you also have Chin out here doing some nice lolly-esque type of work. Now, out of respect of Chin, because he asked me to, I will not be necessarily showing you the picture, but if you would like to see that, I will probably just post it on Twitter so you guys can just kind of see what's going on. They actually got some Hiyoko stuff out there too, which is honestly the best stuff. I actually like the Hiyoko stuff, and I think it's my favorite. So that's also a thing. But overall, once again, Shin has done amazing work, and if you really want to find out more about him, and if you would like to commission yourself some actual Danganronpa edit sprites, because he does do commissions, then you can go ahead and follow them on Discord, which is the only place they are at. I actually am supposed to be getting a Chiaki sprite, hopefully soon. Maybe I should probably talk about that a little bit more later with Chin, but hopefully I'll be getting this Chiaki sprite soon, because you know, I could really use some gamer girl tits in my face or something like that, or some gamer girl ass. I don't know. I don't think Chin made a backside of Chiaki with her ass out. If not, then I might have to commission that when, you know, things get better. But that's pretty much all for Chin. Now let's take a look at Kosan real quick. Now Kosan does the same thing as Chin, and you know, does the same type of Danganronpa edits, except they're using from, I believe, Ultimate Summer Camp, which is where the sprites come from, and they just didn't hold back at all. Like, they really didn't hold back, honestly. They just pretty much just drew them naked, and they really look really damn good, honestly. Also, when it comes to things, look at some Hiyoko, look at Himiko. They're looking really nice, honestly. We got no problems with that over here, because Lollies is some good stuff. Let's be perfectly honest. Also, when it comes to Kosan, you also can see that, you know, there's some nice drawing of the boobs here. Like, Chin got some nice drawing too, but there is some nice drawing here as well. Like, both of them are equally just as good, which honestly, I think that is like the key point. If you're gonna sell me on some breasts, you better draw it right, and you better draw the nipples in a way that feels perfect. And these feel very nice. So you gotta give some respect to Kosan, honestly. And while Kosan doesn't necessarily do all the extra details and like the extra piercings on Ibuki, or have like the extra stuff that goes on with like Anji or something like that, nonetheless, it's still really, really good. They really knew how to draw the characters, really know how to make them look extra sexy, and really knew how to keep the characters in check without going, you know, overboard. Pretty much, Chin got some of the good edits in because, you know, it has a big, some of the characters have a big ass, some of them has like big titties and all that type of stuff, and it's really nice. However, Kosan also has the realistic, real type of version of the characters in some shape and form without changing their bodies way too much. When it comes down to it, you should definitely go look at Kosan's work and go get you some research material. Unfortunately with Kosan, I don't think they are on Twitter as of late, because I haven't really seen where Kosan is. And while I will still put up the Twitter so you can go follow, I don't necessarily know if they're still active or not. I don't think they are, but you know, go follow them, so if they do come back and decide to make some more edits, then we can all have some Danganronpa fun and have some partying going on. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover for this one. Again, I know it's another Danganronpa artist appreciation video, but I wanted to get this one out again because this was just a unique circumstance. Much less, I didn't think I was going to be able to meet one of the people that makes these edits. So again, follow Chin on Discord, and again, follow Kosan on Twitter if you don't mind. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have here for today, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, everything else. Also follow me on Twitter, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Patreon is available as well. And if you'd like some Kokatsu commissions yourself, then DM me on Twitter and we can get to rolling with the business. And until then, this is your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.